CBO report. Mr. Bart.
Thank you. Good evening. We've been in the final hours of tweaking and retweaking the budget. A lot of work has gone into that, a lot of cooperation with the county office, and a lot of thanks and that process. Good budget, solid budget, and it has been essentially signed off on by all those that need to sign off on it. Having time to review it in advance. Spent additional time today making reviewing together and making some tweaks. We're solid and good to go, and now we're looking at the process of getting to open up next year. That'll be the next phase of working with the process.
Thank you. Associate Superintendent, Ms. Hargis.
Good evening. Busy over in the educational services. We are sitting in on some interviews. Last week, Noemi Herrera sat in on some math interviews. They have the opportunity to sit in with some interviews for Tropico. Getting everybody staffed for next year. Also, we have some new requirements for Title IX coming in that are going to be effective as of August 14th. So I have been participating in a webinar. Part of it was on Monday, and the rest of it will be tomorrow. So we are just, getting everything ready for what is to happen in the future. Thank you.
Superintendent report, Ms. James.
I just want to say good evening to everyone, and I want to thank, spent the past couple of days meeting with various members of CSEA and also district leadership just to really solicit feedback from them on which of the various learning models that they think may best suit our community as we plan to reopen our new school year on August 12th. So I want to thank all of those who come in today. I had the pleasure of meeting with 3 of our 4 custodial leads, and I really value all of their input, and they gave me some great ideas that I will share with you in the Friday letter as we move forward. I also want to say to the teachers that I'm pleased to announce that we will be giving you $100 again this year to spend in your classroom. And I just ask that you please keep your receipt and turn it in to Mr. Barth, but do not shop prior to July 1st. You can begin shopping on or after July 1st. And you have up till August 31st to buy your classroom supplies and turn this receipt in for reimbursement. And just make sure that you don't have anything on there like little refrigerators or anything that we should not be buying. So I know you're all aware of that. So maybe during the beginning of the second semester, if we're in a financial position where we could give the teachers a little more additional money to use in their classrooms, we'll certainly look into that at that time. So yeah, I just want to say everything is going well, a little bit complicated in trying to put everything in place for the opening of the school year, but I really value the input I'm getting from everyone. Thank you.
Just want to hope everybody has a good summer. We've been really busy trying to figure out how we're going to open up next year, and we'll keep on doing what we got to do over the summer that we normally, everybody thinks we're off, but we're not. Thank you.
Hope everyone has a good summer. Looking forward to the challenges that's ahead of us, and there's going to be many of them, to reopen our school in a safe and efficient way. So it's going to be a big challenge. Look forward to it, though, and hope to see every kid back here next year.
Yes, I hope you have a great summer also. And we had a lot of challenges this year, and our superintendent has dealt with everything the board has asked her to do. And so I'm very confident that even though we're going to enter into a year that will look different, that we will find solutions and try to make the best situation for the kids. We have to remember that it's not about um, unions and those things, but it's about the kids. It's about educating our children. And so we want to do what is best for those kids. Thank you.
Just like to say to everyone as well, to have a great summer and be safe and stay healthy and look forward to August 12th for the next day. But it'll be a trial, but we'll overcome it and that's all I need to say today. And then consent items A through H. So what we're going to do is kind of split it up. Can I hear a motion from A through C? Any questions on that?
I'll make a motion that we accept A, B, and C.
Yes, second by Brenda, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then, do I hear a motion for, D, this is to approve the 2020-21 certificated salary schedule. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Sure.
I second.
Second, Robinson, all in favor?
Aye.
Approve, the 2020-21 classified salary schedule. Do I hear a motion?
I motion we approve the classified salary schedule.
Second by
I'll second.
Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then approve, 2020-21 confidential and supervisory salary schedule.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Second by Robinson. All in favor? Aye. Do I hear a motion for, G and H?
I'll make a motion that we accept. And if
Would you have any questions on?
you have any questions on the CIF sheet that we got,
On H? That?
Actually, this is,
We need to designate representatives.
who's going to be our representative for CIF?
I think it's on. Right now,
It is. But,
it's Mrs. Akinini and Mr. Sheldon.
okay. So they're going to be sharing the duty?
Yes. Is there a motion for G and H?
I will make that motion.
How will we do? Do we believe we can go by the rules?
That'll come up on, for
okay.
program for the,
The designated CIF representative do is they actually go to the meeting that the central section will have to designate. Basically, they go over the rule book, and if there's any changes that get done on the rule book, they vote on it.
And the game
In
schedule.
all the schools that are there. And then if there's any new state laws that have come out, like a couple years ago, you had to use an official bat, which for softball, it only allows the ball to fly at a certain speed. And everybody had to have that bat so they could play. Of course, there are different lengths and all that, but the weight and everything had to be of that size. That was one of the new rules that came out because we had an incident where a kid was killed by, or a girl was hurt really bad from a ball that got hit, and it hit her in the head because of the speed of the ball was so great. finally figured out that it had to be at a certain speed to not create that kind of injury. Those are the kind of rules that they go over, and then they bring that back to, and then of course everybody has to vote on it to okay that rule, and then it goes back to the school, and then the school takes those precautions. So what we're going to vote on is have one of our representatives go there and be our vote. I made the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next on the agenda is approve the agreement form for affiliate or credential program.
So what this is asking is so the district and teachers that participate in the induction program. The induction program is for teachers that have a California preliminary credential. And so what they do, in order to clear their credential, they are required to participate in this 2-year program. And we participate with the Kern County Superintendent of Schools. They have a program, and our teachers participate with them. So what it is so the district pays about $3,400 per teacher. Last year we had 28 teachers that participated in this program, so that's about $94,000 that the district pays. So on top of paying that $3,400, we also pay for a mentor teacher for each year. It's a 2-year program, and that's about $1,400. So the total cost of the district is about $133,000. So really what this is asking is we would like to have a contract with the teachers to say, yes, we would like to pay for your 2 years, but in turn, when you're done, we would like you to stay in Southern Kern and then work for an additional 2 years. Now, somebody can choose to say, well, you know what, I prefer to pay for it myself. They could pay for the $3,400 for the induction program. The district could still pay for the mentor. If they said, well, I just, I can't guarantee that I want to stay for that period of time. But what the agreement would do would say, yes, the district will pay your 2 years, and then you would just owe us 2 years. We have some teachers that started last year, so they only have 1 year left. So they would be signing, the district's going to pay for my last year, and then I'll owe the district 1 year. But anybody coming in new, it would be 2 years for 2 years. It's not. It was formerly called BITSA, but now it's but it's the same premise where it's a 2-year program. Within that 2-year program, Kern County also provides a lot of professional development opportunities for them. So it is a valuable program, but we would like to really retain and as a cabinet, we decided, you know what, yes, it is important for us to invest in our teachers. So now we have a goal 4, which is dedicated to, bringing in highly qualified teachers into the district.
So what happened last year that the teachers that were still in training didn't have this program?
No, they still had the program, but we have never in the past asked them to. So the district has always just graciously paid, and somebody can decide, okay, well, I'm going to stay in Southern Kern because Southern Kern pays for that program. There are districts in our surrounding area that do not pay for the program, and the teachers are responsible to pay. So, we might have some that say, well, I'm going to stay in Southern Kern, they're going to pay for my program, and then I'm going to find another job. So, we kind of feel, well, you know what, we've invested in these people, how about if they kind of invest in the district in return? So that's why we're asking. Now, for some reason, somebody was a non-reelect, they would not be obligated to pay, they would just be leaving at the end of the school year.
Is there a payback if they decide to leave, or?
Right, so the contract basically says that the district will pay if you decide that you are going to leave, and you would be obligated to pay the district back.
I make the motion we accept.
I'll second it.
Baker and then Harris?
Yes.
Baker?
Aye.
Change Board of Trustees provide regular board meeting date to Wednesday, July 15, 2020. Previously scheduled for Tuesday, July 21st, 2020.
Yes, Madam President, I am requesting that we move our board meeting up to July 15th because there has to be a major decision made on which blended learning model the Southern Kern Board of Trustees will implement for August 12th, after the first day back to school. And I feel that if we do it any later than in July, you're really jeopardizing our ability to put all the elements of this blended learning model in place. And so my goal is to provide the Board of Trustees with pros and the cons of each model, and then allowing you enough time every week to maybe disqualify one or two of the possibilities, where maybe by July 15th we've narrowed it down to one or two choices only, and then with open board session, you have to a final decision that week on which blended learning model we want to move forward with.
Have we notified the community on,
Yes, the community is filling out, has been completing a survey, and we've received several hundred responses to that survey. So we're still giving parents and community time to respond to that survey. So, yes.
I'll make a motion that we change the meeting from the 21st to the 15th.
second? Second by Robertson. All in favor? Aye. One absent. The 2021 sports program and the student summer practice activities. Ms. Gaines.
The question here is that as you received in your packet, CIF came out with a document where the sports are discussed. A definitive yes or no whether we can continue with our current schedule, for example, football. But they do give specific guidelines that that we could use when conditioning and running individual drills, etc. Mr. Justin Armstrong took the CIF document and sort of did a summary for you, which I gave you this evening. So my question here is, the high school is asking, can we begin summer practices, especially for the football team, implementing all of these guidelines that CIF is suggesting? As you noticed on the bottom paragraph of Mr. Armstrong's summary, it clearly states there that as our member schools begin planning for the reopening of schools, CIF, in collaboration with our 10 sections, will be determining by July 20th if fall sports will continue as currently scheduled. So we're not going to get an answer from them until July 20th, but the high school would like to have an answer from the board just in case fall sports are brought back, that at least we have the kids already conditioning and beginning some of the drills, even though they have to follow this document created by CIF. So that's basically what you're voting on this evening. Will we allow a Roseman High School to begin the summer sports training program?
Do we have any other districts practicing now? But you know,
I know that Antelope Valley College is planning to resume fall sports. I don't know about the high school district.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and okay the summer practice program for conditioning. Some of these guidelines that they give are kind of funny, but there is a lot of things that can be done without having any contact. So I don't want to be on the day they say, yeah, okay, you guys can go, and have a bunch of kids that are not in condition, that's a good way to get hurt. Get started at least on conditioning and be prepared. They can run drills, they can run formations, they can run those drills without contact, and they'll know, at least know their assignments. And then quarterbacks can work on their passing through a hoop. It works. And so I'd like to see them get started. So I make a motion.
Any other questions?
I agree. There's plenty of things they can do.
Okay. Harris, second by Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One absent. Okay, public hearing on the district COVID-19 operations written report and budget by Mr. Hart.
Okay, we need to recess the regular meeting for a public hearing.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Second by? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
One absent. At 7:30.
Okay, do we have any call-ins or?
No.
Let's just see if everybody decides to do an extra call-in.
Can you spot?
It's written report, it's not.
It's a written report.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
It also says, okay, that's it. Or what?
Then go ahead and do the budget. You're gonna read all of this.
Yeah. I love these overview pages. I can understand them.
Okay, did I make a motion to resume our meeting?
Second.
Okay. Harris?
Second by
Second
Bender?
by Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One absent. Okay. 7:32.
I'll make a motion that we adopt our COVID-19 operational report as written by Ms. Gaines.
Do you have any questions?
No, but I did want to make a comment for the people out there. This COVID-19 report just says what we did. We fed kids, we had supervision of students, and so it's just a historical type of thing. This is what we did, and so that's all is in this report.
Motion by Harris, second by Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One absent. Okay. Budget.
Okay.
Department.
Good evening. In the last board meeting, we went through a couple of the first slides, and I'm just going to touch on it very briefly again, not to be redundant, but to point out this time they weren't listening last time. What went into developing this year's budget? The COVID-19 pandemic created a significant downturn in our economy and therefore changed our fiscal outlook significantly from January until May, between January and May. We were looking at a essentially 10% cut to projected revenues for the year. COLA went away, and our base revenues were estimated to be reduced by 7.69%. We have had some positives in that process because of our demographics, and so our overall losses have been mitigated to some extent. We'll review some of that moving forward. There are three things that are considered new revenues that are included in our budget. One is enhancement to special education. Sorry. A reduction to the employer contribution to PERS and STIRS, which have been escalating costs for districts across the board, across the state over the recent years. And the third is called the mitigating learning loss funding, which is coming to us to provide additional services to students, expecting that they will have lost something in the absence of direct instruction in class. That money will not come until next year. We can't plan and announce what those programs will look like yet, but if we assume that it will be there, and we will implement it to grade. I just want to point out with this PERS and STIRS, it's not just a 1 year reduction. I didn't mention this last time. The rates were dropped for STIRS not only in the projected current year, but from 18% to 16% for STIRS and from 22.6 to 20.7 for PERS. But in the following year, those are going to be reduced from their projected 18% to 16 for STIRS and 25% for all about 23% for PERS. So there's still significant costs in our overall budget, but we are getting relief both this first coming year and the second year. Our overall revenues, originally we were looking at losing $1.5 million. Special education enhancements, we covered almost $300,000 for us, and then the savings from PERS and STIRS was just over $62,000. So that meant our overall loss in revenue was $1 million. The district's been through, as we know, a lot of difficult decisions in the last 2 years, and in an effort to be positive and not create undue concern and dismay, we looked first to reducing things that weren't people. In a budget where 87% of your cost is with employee salaries and wages and benefits, that's not easy to do. And these are just a few examples of what we were able to do. Savings due to attrition. So people who retired, switch to white, but savings due to attrition. So as people retire, people resign, and we replace them or don't replace them. We assume people come in at a lower saving at a lower rate. The district doesn't have a pattern of 3-year rolling average for that number, and so this is actually a very conservative assumption of $45,000 overall savings in just salary for retirees versus new hires. Sort of maxing out the potential new hire rate and looking at it from there. I expect that we will see after we touch retirees probably more than $45,000, which is good. Open positions not being filled saves $165,000. One-time expenditures not to be made in 2021 is $200,000. And this is some redundant software across the district that we use the district standard, stick to everyone using the same tool to evaluate data, to look at student performance, and to provide opportunities for students as well. We can get to do a better job assessing what's working and what's not working, but also we can save by simply not having opportunities. Our ending balances from 1920, I put this here specifically because many of our neighboring districts are able to use ending fund balance to avoid some necessary reductions in the budget. We don't have that luxury this year because we weren't meeting 3% reserve. And so I just reflect that as 0 here. But good news is we're moving towards a situation where we're going to be positive in all 3 of our fiscal years, including the certification. So focus on cost avoidance. I just listed 3 here. We talked about it briefly. We're almost done with our Prop 39 project. Our energy conservation program in general, we're going to encourage people to stick to a regulated heating and cooling in the classroom, turning off lights, closing doors when the air conditioning is on or the heat is on, things like that. Small behavioral changes make a difference. And I expect that we can make about $150,000 that's over $500,000 of avoided costs that we contribute to unnecessary reductions. So where have we been and where are we going financially? Our beginning balance love this slide show, and it has a pointer, but I think it's the right button. Beginning balance, we were negative at the beginning of this current fiscal year by almost $3.4 million. Our revenues came in at over 42 million. $2,000 of expenditures predicted for the end of the year. So we've underspent our income by $4.3 million. That allowed us to make up this $3.36 million hole in the budget that we started with. And come to the end down here, net increase of 4.1 million with an ending fund balance of almost $800,000. Not enough to make our 3% reserve, but a significant amount of progress for 1 year. We should be not only proud of the hard work we did before this year started, commitment to stick to it, and this is the result that that shows. This transfer here is sort of an anomaly that you won't see all the time. This was the lease payment that was due January 2018 that the business office argued with the contractor over whether or not it was due. The business office was correct, it was due. And unfortunately, they didn't bill us until this year, so this was still a hit, transferred out. But as you can see, overall, it was not a major impact to the general fund. So as we move into next year, we start with that almost $800,000 balance. We start with $39.7 million of projected income, so significant reduction over what it was in the previous year, and a basically flat expenditure budget moving forward. It allows us overall to add a projected $1.7 million to our ending fund balance. And I expect that we will see this being the most conservative point in our budget year. I expect that we'll see about a $2.5 million increase to our general fund ending balance, which is good news. Go to be able to carry on this in the future. So if we just continue looking across that line, we jump to 7.69% annual fund balance. We do have multi-year projections, $4.6 million. And we jump up to 12.18% in the third out year of that budget. So that's great news. We continue to have the question of what is the right number here, and it's probably closer to actually the 12 than it is to the 3 in my opinion. For a lot of reasons, like I said, cash flow, we need the money to rely on to do the operations if necessary. But this is a school district with facilities needs, for example. We've had a water main break, water line break on each campus over the last year. We had a gas line leak at the high school campus that was then the gas was turned off, and we were searching for the leak and we to repair and back to ready to go again. But all those things cost money and they come up unexpectedly. They're not in budget. So the ending fund balance allows us to accommodate some of those things as well. We've had a number of them over the past year, and they're just being school districts on a front. Facility aid, and the consequence of that. So, looking at that together, there's two areas where I think we have a significant amount of exposure because we don't yet have a plan in place for renewal and refresh cycles. It's transportation for one, probably the biggest, and then technology. We are very reliant on technology in this district, not only for how we do business, but for how we instruct students. This year we had not replace LED projectors in the classroom, which when I joined the district was probably the top priority of major capital investments that was going to happen in the coming fiscal year. It's a large expense, and it was a necessary expense, and it's not being had to give up. So not only will we be looking for ways to get there sooner rather than later, but it begs for the creation of reserve accounts for ending fund balance to have very explicit identified needs with dollars associated with them. So rather than spike your budget in any 1 year and set aside money at the end of the year and allow it to accumulate over 3 years, we'll get to the point where we know we place a school bus. Ordinary standards cost about $250,000. A school bus that is fully equipped to accommodate wheelchair access and all those things that ultimate potential need throughout the district, whether it's a specific physical education school bus or a general education school bus, is in excess of $250,000. We have a very aging fleet right now. It's well maintained. People have attention to it, but the reality is things happen all the time. We have 2 buses that are capable of going to special education or with that, sorry, a student in a wheelchair. We typically are assigned to a special education bus group. One of them goes down on a given day. It's a struggle to make that system work. And the reality it has been over the past year that those buses are going out of service frequently, having to switch the driver from one bus to the other on any given day. So we're looking right now for ways in which we can put into this budget during the flow of the year, probably consider a budget adjustment that will allow us to hopefully buy, if not a new, a relatively good condition, relatively new, relatively higher year model school bus that will backfill into the special education bus area and give us much more reliable service. Right now, we don't have good funding for that, so we're looking at that to bring that to the board perhaps probably be able to. Having said that, while there are still all of these things that we need to fix, the sustainability of our finance system, I believe we have a really solid budget. Like I said earlier in my comments, the county office has been through this with me at least 3 times in totality, but had conversations almost every other day for the past 2 weeks about where we are and what changes that we need. Look deeply at our revenues and deeply at our expenditures. And for this point in the year, this is a good estimate of where we'll be. And the typical pattern here is that the first interim will be the biggest number of changes. There's nothing else that will accommodate the staff that we exchange between those leaving and those coming in. And it will also reflect new information on the revenue side that we don't have yet. We still fully expect that we will have a 45-day budget revision this year in August. Those adjustments exist. The budget that was released, the budget that was approved, that looks so wonderful for schools, obviously is not signed by the governor at this point. Went the opposite direction where the governor went with the budget crisis. It relied on just pouring money in from the state's reserve to the budget for all of us to avoid any sort of cuts. Today was supposed to be the day where we heard the analysis of what the result of the budget process was. Unfortunately, we can't present that yet. But we're waiting at this point for, I think, the governor's office to work with the Department of Finance to assess and reassess any new data sets that didn't make revision and make adjustments, and also any sort of political compromise process that's happening. I have a meeting tomorrow, again, with the county office, statewide meeting, CEOs, not expecting a lot of the new information at that point, but it can happen at this point. Late breaking news out of Sacramento in the middle of the night. We can hope that we can, if nothing else, we'll provide clarity. This budget, I believe, reflects the worst case scenario confronting us. And so anything that comes that's different than what the governor suggested in May should reflect positively in our ability to continue to improve and grow our budget and the standards we were setting back in January.
Are there any projections on how much money will be saved from the new lighting project?
So that's embedded in the $60,000 that I showed on the previous slide. It's, do we expect savings? Yes, the short answer. But the nature of Prop 39 projects was not that they needed to prove savings or be funded. They needed to prove a certain amount of reinvestment. So they showed old equipment versus new equipment. And the technology between the two certainly implies savings, but it wasn't necessary for the districts and for their partners to calculate those savings in the proposal that they made to the state.
So we don't have any.
So we don't have an exact number there, but we worked to come up with something, and $100,000 to $120,000 of that $60,000 $50,000 that was on the earlier slide is probably attributable easily to the Top 39 project. Largely because of, I think, fair to say, three major areas: the gym lights, parking lot lights, and controls on the new programmable thermostats that are being put in. Really allow for regulation and district standards to be set. They also allow for more efficiencies in terms of repairs and replacements because we're putting in one kind of product throughout the district. So we don't have to stock the three different types of thermostats. We can stock in one for those areas. And always result in lower maintenance and operations.
So you gave us a new budget information from what we had last.
This reflects all of the changes that the county office and internal staff identified as being feasible and necessary updates.
That's reflected in here.
That's reflected. The PowerPoint reflects the top what it is.
Make a motion that we adopt the budget as presented.
Okay.
How can we, I know it's hard, but I just wanted to how can we adopt it and we don't know if that's what we're actually going to get? We really don't know what the cost is going to be to do all this COVID-19 stuff at the school. I mean, there's a big cost that we've got to run separate buses. I mean, we just don't know. There's so much unknown.
There is a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty. And yeah, I think you've identified the biggest risk, the biggest threat to the validity of this budget is not the political process, it's not the economy. It actually is any sort of dramatic change in operational standards. We've done our best to include in this budget some adjustments up. But when I got here, the safety plans were on the table, and so in my mind, we need to create a safety plan related budget line somewhere so that we have supply kits at every school in case something happens and we have to evacuate or earthquake or fire or something like that. And it results in students being on campus for an extended period, not having access to potable water, we need to have bottled water somewhere. So to do that. That has grown and evolved over the course of the year, now having to include PPE and things of that nature. We've included some funds in the budget for that. Can I say with 100% confidence that I know it's an accurate number? No, I can't, right? That is a big threat to our budget. But in terms of what do we know financially, what do we know in terms of following the guidance of the people around the state that try to be our best trusted partners to service district county office, Department of Finance, CASBO, AXA, professionalization. This assumes that this budget incorporates the assumptions that they are advising us to take. And the reality is, I think everyone knows that if we're going to be directed to provide a transportation program that suddenly requires twice as many buses, none of us is going to be able to accommodate that in our district budget for the coming year. So we have to be very creative, I think, in terms of our solutions to that, our strategies to accommodate that. It's still evolving, and we're still. You're right, that is a threat. Unfortunately, if you don't adopt the budget, then we can't ignore it. We can 30 years. So my request is that you obviously approve the budget. The best we can do, I think, is to continue to be engaged at a broad level. Remember, this isn't just Southern Current. This is public education in California. We're the same. Taking people all this together. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone that we were informed today that Kern County Superintendent of Schools has ordered and received 60 pallets of PPE for their 47 districts. So as soon as they are able to divide those materials up, those range everything from face masks, face shields, hand sanitizers, various PPE. Then we will have to go there and pick up our supplies. So we will be getting. I've heard everywhere from possibly 4 different face masks and shields per student and staff member. So I'm not sure of everything else that we're getting in that, but I know 60 pallets is quite a bit. So I look forward to us, and that is their contribution, or the governor's contribution to each one of the school districts.
Promise of funds would be a little bit nicer than a face mask. I understand we're probably going to have to make adjustments. It's just, you go on record approving a budget and it goes bad, you're on record of approving a bad budget. So I understand. It's going to be tough times. That's why I always said, let's be very, very careful, Jonathan, what we spend.
Absolutely.
Because we need to save every penny we can when these times get tough. And they're going to. They're going to.
Yeah, the only response I really have to, if you go on record with approving a budget and that, is you're absolutely correct. But in this forum, you have identified the reason why you potentially are approving that budget. I think that also stands on the record as meaning that you were thoughtful about the budget you're approving. It's not so much that we have deviated from any sort of assumptions that everyone else is making, or that we have overly estimated the end of this fiscal year or to get us into the next fiscal year. We simply have planned for the worst, according to what we're hearing from Sacramento financial model. In terms of a more macro level model of environmental factors that potentially present us, we tried. We're aware of it. We're working on it. But that's why we can get things covered in that sense.
Mr. Barth, I think we have already, for all 3 years, deducted the 7.69% cut. So should we not have to take that cut, there would be actual additional income coming to us. So the cuts are made for all 3 years.
Right. Cuts are made for all 3 years. And actually, probably most visible look at the estimated actuals numbers versus the projected budget numbers. Look at the LCS flattening. There's a very close to 7.69% number. Ours being different because of traffic. But it's reflected across the way when you get to the point where we don't assume that it comes back.
And I'm not saying that we have a bad budget, or we just have an unknown future. In that, I'll go ahead and second the motion.
No, I already seconded.
Oh, third.
But I
Whatever you
wanted to say, I really appreciate you always taking the worst scenario and, being conservative in your budget. So thank you.
On the balance, I noticed that, under the books and supplies, there's the difference. We had 1 million of that line, and then today's budget was 525. So you can see.
This is the other one.
So because I see that, okay, so this is the old one. This is the new one. Oh, okay. So then,
Yes.
okay.
And I went back to the curriculum adoption meeting of the district and found that error. We have a really solid 2-year plan. We haven't sat down and been through line by line, subject area by subject area, together what we're doing. Because in that 3rd year, I did not incorporate the less discussed pieces out here until the 3rd year. Really. that's one of the areas of the budget that's pretty well covered right now for us by this year's salary.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We approve the resolution 19-13, protection account.
For one of the requirements, the education protection account was one of the budget solutions under Governor Brown. During the last fiscal crisis, so we put on the ballot measure to increase the number of taxes. And the most significant was probably the personal income tax rate on those earning over 200. So $25,000 top income earners in the state. That money has been a significant contribution to education funding since that time. But one of the requirements that was put on the money when he asked voters to approve it was that there would be a report out requirement. So this is our filling our obligations to do that. You see, we spend our money on, and not this year because this year the tax was as expected, that saving teacher jobs. It was created to save teacher jobs. That we're demonstrating that we are spending on teacher salaries and benefits. We spend 100% of the money every single year. And the revenue fluctuates from year to year, so it's not a fixed rate. It depends on how much money comes in, what the patterns are doing across the state. So you'll see the number goes up and down every year when we report. But it is fortunately consistent contributor to our base funding. It counts as part of our
So this resolution has for yeas and noes. So how many yeas? Yeas. 4 yeas. No noes. One absent. Next one is to approve resolution 19-20-14 delegation of the administrative authority to process routine budget revision adjustments and transfers.
Just when you approve a budget in any given year, you just discuss this is a preliminary budget and a lot of unknowns in the budget. Simply because it's time between now and the end of the school year, but also because it's practically discussed for COVID and things like that. What you are being asked to approve is delegating authority to the superintendent and to work on revising the budget on an ongoing basis so that it is as accurate as possible. Should there be anything that is significant comes up, we have the authority, we have a tool where we can bring to you not an interim budget adjustment, but a separate budget adjustment to accommodate any major changes or significant deficiencies in the budget that we see on an ongoing basis. It's a powerful tool. It provides you with comfort in knowing that we're looking at it every month and not just when it's first or second period of time. Has not been a practice in this district in the past, and sometimes it's not ever necessary. But this resolution gives us the ability to make budget adjustments on an ongoing basis as we not get trapped into sort of limitations that are in the preliminary budget. Should something like that occur.
You asked me the question, me or you?
Went back in there.
Because there, what he's addressing is on E.
Yeah, the second one. He's addressing Eve right now.
Right.
Right.
Did
We did
vote on D?
Yeah. Okay, so were you done?
Right.
Oh, okay. So this is another one we have to say yeas and noes.
Yay.
Yay, 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 yay. 4 yeas. No noes, 1 absent.
Okay, next on the agenda is approved resolution 19-20-15 for temporary cash borrowing. Mark.
This is a resolution that would be brought in front of the board each year at this time. Fairly standard practice. It's a fairly important resolution this year. We expect cash flow to be one of the most significant consequences of the current business situation in the state. This allows us to do interfund borrowing. At this moment, we have a fairly cash-strong nutrition services fund. We have money in our developer fee fund. We really have to look at what are the consequences. Hopefully, with the growing fund out, we're projecting will still be okay. There are other opportunities as well, such as going to the treasurer's office and asking for advances on top of the taxes that fall outside the normal districts. And typically, they are willing to make those kinds of cash transfers. This allows us to do it.
I will make a motion to accept resolution 19-20-15.
This motion is just to accept money in-house, not to go like you just said.
Correct.
You get tax money.
This is right. Sorry, I wasn't clear. This is our first option, in my opinion, our best option. Because there are no issues related to it. No obligations to other agencies, and the parameters within which we're able to do it are very clear. So we can only access a certain percentage of another fund, and we can only access it for 120 days. So we manage that process as best we can, and use it to our advantage throughout the course of the year, and hopefully we can stay solvent. We can stay cash liquid on our own behalf as we move through the year and not have to be dependent on anyone else. As we recover from our negative certifications, the more we can prove independence and self-reliance, the better that speaks to the strength of our recovery moving forward. One option that isn't available to us right now is probably to borrow from the open market with a tax anticipation note. Because of the recent negative certification, we would not fit well in a pool like the one that Clinton County is building right now. Given our certifications, we would be an outlier statistically in the districts that are trying to borrow money. So we would make investors uncomfortable in that situation.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. This resolution allows us to borrow internally from other sections where you have money that you can use to do just about anything in the district you need to get done. And then you have restricted money that has to be spent strictly for in the classroom, books, that kind of stuff. That money, if needed, can be used because of the resolution. But as soon as the money comes in from the state, you have to put that right back. You only have a certain amount of time that you can take that out for a given time. Correct?
Money available to the food service fund, for example, for Mother 100, obviously is intended for and restricted to that fund. Largely federal and state money that's in there. And we're not reallocating that money by accessing what's authorized through this resolution. What we're doing is we're accessing just the cash value of that fund. So we're going to access cash value from one fund into the general fund for expenditures that you have approved from regular ongoing general fund budget. And as the chair said, as soon as the cash that was intended for those funds, the general fund, is restored, we restore it to the general fund, or to the food service fund, so that it can be then spent as intended. never reduce we never reduce the fund value of another fund. All right.
Okay, second, Robinson. How many yeas on the approved resolution 1920?
Yay.
Yay.
4, and absent. So we'll go back to D and do the motion on that one. I got a phone with the signature page here, so now it's filling out the information. So back to D, we'll make a motion. Gutierrez, second by
Robinson. Right, you can make a second.
I don't know what the education protection account is.
No, actually, it
the
was,
spender.
second on that.
Okay, yeah, I did.
I'm talking about D.
Oh, B.
Yeah, D.
I thought
We
you
skipped
said B.
No, we didn't skip it. We did it. We did the yays. So I just didn't do the motion. So I'm just gonna certify it with the motion. So we got motion by Gutierrez, second by Bender. And we had yays for D was 4. And there's no one absent. And now we're at E. We just need to do the motion.
I didn't know, please.
Gutierrez,
I second that.
second by Robinson. And we had 4 on that one as well. One absent. Personal items. Ms. James.
Okay. This is just a list of our, as you can see, most of this list contains our rehires for the next school year. We also have a retiree and a resignation. We also have a new hire on this list, our new health teacher for the high school, as we're bringing that out.
Any motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the personnel as written.
Second.
Second by Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
Here's administrative assignments for 2021. James?
Yes, these are the administrative assignments as of today, beginning with the cabinet members and providing you a list of all the site administrators at this time at all the school sites.
Do I hear a motion?
A motion to accept the administrative assignment.
Second by?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One absent. Okay.
The motion that we adjourn.
Robinson, second by
I'll second.
Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
One absent. And the time is 8:15.